Alright, it's time to look back on the 9 months of my absence. And with the amazing spectacle we all witnessed at the Golden Globes, how could I not begin with the hilarious get woke, go broke phenomenon that continues to waste the money of NPCs who refuse to learn? Not all of us were impressed with Ricky Gervais's speech. Simply by virtue of hosting the Golden Globes, some of us seem to think that his speech was some sort of an establishment scheme, despite his noted lack of tolerance for social justice nonsense. But most onlookers clearly disagree. The vast majority took it at face value, and frankly, that in and of itself is far more impactful than any clandestine plot Hollywood or the HFPA could have cooked up. When he told every potential nominee in that room to not use that stage as a platform to sell their political bullshit, to instead, quote, accept their little award, thank their god and their agent, and then fuck off, the triggered butthurt pervading the media couldn't have made it more clear just how it was received by the Hollywood elite. But much more telling for them should be its massively positive reception by the public. As jackasses like Robert De Niro expressed the desire for Donald Trump to be hit in the face with a bag of shit, they should be painfully aware of the cosmic payload of shit ready to rain down on them now that they've been disillusioned of the political wind blowing in their favor. But they won't learn this lesson. They never do. Just as Ricky Gervais said, they don't live in the real world. And over the past 9 months, they've still been hard at work getting woke and going broke. The fact that Ricky Gervais spoke these words directly to the Hollywood elite actually gave the blow extra weight, because more than anyone else, it is they who keep sending their bloated flagships of social justice failure onto the market for the consumer to shoot down. And it never ends. Since the first glorious fuck-up of the 2016 Ghostbusters film, we've seen the floundering, Mary Sue-laden, woke mess that is the most recent Star Wars trilogy, woke anti-male Star Trek Discovery and the impending neutering of Jean-Luc Picard, yet more man-hating female Doctor Who, a woke all-female Oceans film that nobody asked for, woke anti-motherhood Terminator with a neutered T-800, woke lesbian hypocritical Batwoman complaining about a man getting credit for her work even as she appropriates that man's image and the infamy associated with it, and woke Charlie's Angels wherein every woman is a superhero, every man is either evil, steps aside, steps down, or is stepped over, and Charlie is ultimately a woman, just to name a few. Every last one of them hot garbage, every last one a failure, every last one of those failures blamed on men. And round we go. Because right around the corner, we now have woke James Bond with a blackwashed, vagina-washed 007, wherein the very idea of the Bond girl is treated as oppression and a terminable offense on set. And the woke, all-female power trip Birds of Prey, which already feels very much like DC's apology to all the special snowflakes out there who got butt bothered by the Joker. They'll never come out and say it, but Hollywood and its media lackeys are starting to understand that this woke bullshit doesn't sell. Not to say that they intend to correct their behavior, of course. As much as movies like the upcoming Ghostbusters seem to convey a lesson learned, they are still in the minority, and where they exist, they are met with social media backlash. Directly in line with the behavior of all shill critics these days, not only will they virtue signal at the top of their lungs, they will actually trip over their own feet in a panic as they backpedal to do so. Adam Garcia's initial reaction to the trailer was one of intrigue, which he quickly followed up with the tweet, This of course is not to discount Ghostbusters 2016, a film that was unfairly attacked by the worst kind of humans, most of whom are men, because men are inherently emotional and irrational and get angry when women do anything, to which I say, go fuck yourselves, dudes. He delivers this stammering virtue signal even as he declares that his opinions, quote, real talk, do not equal endorsement. Right. I'm so fucking sure, Adam. I hate to break it to you, but we can all see the social media mob's gun pointed at your head. We all know that you know that failing to appease these special snowflakes will be the death of your career. The puppet strings controlling you and every other critic have been laid bare ever since Rotten Tomatoes started phoning in stunning and brave reviews that clearly don't reflect the mass opinion. And if they haven't already, I'm sure we can expect them to eventually start artificially padding the audience score as well. The sad fact, Adam, is that you and your ilk have chosen to go down with a sinking ship. This woke business model is not sustainable. At best, it gains you nothing for the risk, like when Sprite decided to pander to drag queens, and in the worst case scenario, it threatens to bankrupt you, like when Gillette thought it would be smart to insult the gender of their entire customer base. And it's not just the large companies doing this. New businesses that are founded on this nonsense can barely get off the ground, and justifiably so. In Australia, Handsome Her, the lesbian-owned cafe in Melbourne that offered preferred seating to women and thrust an 18% man tax on male customers, finally went broke in April. Despite all of the free marketing that their sexist bullshit over imaginary oppressions afforded them, it still evidently wound up costing them more customers than it earned them. And naturally, they still admit no fault as they abandon common sense and blame their failure on, quote, fragile masculinity. As if anyone was asking for their preachy crap, let alone willing to pay them for it. As if anyone would tolerate any establishment that openly shits on women to appease men. Even entities with a larger, well-established presence can end up biting the dust if they're not backed by billions of dollars. Much more recently, the online comedy outlet College Humor lost the funding of its parent company IAC, putting over 100 people out of a job. Now, I haven't followed College Humor since the early 2000s, but in going through their videos over the past 4 months, I couldn't help but notice that a certain sanctimonious earwig has wriggled its way into their brain. In fact, College Humor was apparently ground zero for Adam Conover's career in 2012, and I can't help but feel that the radiating effect of his self-righteous tripe was ultimately what buried them. Apparently, Adam truly does ruin everything. In scenarios just like this one, including this one, certain commentators on our side of the fence like to take the high road and leave on a note of sympathy, saying that they're sorry people lost their jobs. But you know what? I truly don't care. At all. They're casualties in a war of attrition that will only end when the left loses enough money over this shit. And with all of the people who have lost their jobs to the infuriating cancel culture that they fostered in society, with the complete lack of sympathy from anyone on their side for the lives they ruined left, right, and center, they will receive absolutely no sympathy from me. To all of the people out there suffering for the self-destructive virtue signaling of their media employers, if you want to survive, take your own advice. Learn to code. And maybe next time, think twice about getting in bed with a company that puts talking down to people with ideological nonsense before actually turning a profit. Because we're tired of your shit, and every dollar we keep is a dollar you lose. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like what you saw here, have a look at my other videos and leave me your thoughts in the comments. If you support my message, then please like, favorite, and subscribe. If you'd like to help this channel improve, you can reach out to me on Twitter or on Facebook with any suggestions. And if you'd like to support me more directly, please consider following me on Patreon. Links in the description. Thanks again, and I'll catch you all in my next video.